Los Angeles is known worldwide for its celebrity culture, sunny weather, iconic beaches, and nearby mountains, making it a global hotspot for tourism and lifestyle. Yet, beneath the glamorous surface of the City of Angels, some areas are overshadowed by high crime rates, homelessness, and ongoing safety concerns. These neighborhoods often see a surge in both violent and property crimes, making them places where residents and visitors alike are urged to be cautious. Let's dive into the 12 most dangerous neighborhoods in Los Angeles, known for their significant crime issues. Downtown Los Angeles. At the top of the list is downtown Los Angeles, commonly referred to as DTLA. As the city's central business district, it serves as a hub for finance, commerce, and culture. However, it's also notorious for being a crime hotspot. According to FBI data, downtown LA's violent crime rate is alarmingly high, 12 times the national average. Including property crimes, the overall crime rate skyrockets to an incredible 530% above the national average. In 2023 alone, the Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, recorded 1,654 violent crimes in this area. To put that into perspective, the downtown murder rate reached a staggering 490 incidents in 2018, an all-time high for the district. Crimes like pickpocketing, robbery, and assaults occur frequently, particularly at night. The homeless population in DTLA is substantial, which further complicates the safety issues. Certain sections of downtown are especially dangerous, including the area south of 3rd Street, north of 7th Street, west of Alameda Street, and east of Main Street. Walking alone at night is strongly discouraged, and it's recommended to avoid carrying large sums of cash. While the daytime brings a somewhat safer environment, a sense of caution is still necessary. Lincoln Heights. Located just north of downtown, Lincoln Heights stands as one of the oldest neighborhoods in Los Angeles. It's rich with history and culture, offering landmarks such as Leimert Park and the Abraham Lincoln statue. Despite its cultural significance and the charm of historic sites like the Agustin Lara Monument, Lincoln Heights faces a severe crime problem. The violent crime rate here is 246% higher than the Los Angeles average and a shocking 680% higher than the national average. Property crime is also rampant, coming in at 321% higher than what you'd typically see across the country. Statistically, this means that if you're in Lincoln Heights, you have a 1 in 10 chance of being the victim of a crime. Although the neighborhood is home to approximately 40,000 people and boasts a strong sense of community, the crime rates make it one of the more dangerous places to live or visit in Los Angeles. It's a clear reminder that not all historic areas are immune to the struggles that come with urban decay, poverty, and insufficient law enforcement. Leimert Park. Leimert Park is another one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Los Angeles. Located in South Los Angeles, Leimert Park is a neighborhood celebrated for its cultural legacy and historical significance. With its charming Spanish colonial revival homes and tree-lined streets, it has been a home to musical legends like Ella Fitzgerald and Ray Charles, embedding deep roots in the city's cultural history. Despite its vibrant community and artistic reputation, Leimert Park grapples with a high crime rate, which tarnishes its otherwise appealing character. The violent crime rate in Leimert Park is 184% higher than the overall average in Los Angeles, and an alarming 540% higher than the national average. In addition, property crimes such as burglaries and thefts are prevalent, with rates 128% above the national average. Statistically, the chances of becoming a victim of a crime in this neighborhood are 1 in 14, making safety a significant concern for residents and visitors alike. While Leimert Park remains a cultural beacon, these crime statistics emphasize the need for caution, especially when navigating the area after dark. West Adams. Nestled in the heart of Los Angeles, West Adams is a neighborhood that, despite its relatively small population of just under 12,000 residents, faces serious crime challenges. With a crime rate of 6,811 incidents per 100,000 people, West Adams stands out as one of the more dangerous parts of the city. Residents here face a 1 in 15 chance of falling victim to a crime, which is driven in large part by violent offenses linked to gang activity and the drug trade. Although there is a visible police presence in the area, the volume of criminal incidents often exceeds law enforcement's ability to respond effectively. This reality has left many residents feeling unsafe, especially during the night. Violent crimes such as robbery, assault, and even gun violence are common occurrences. Many locals avoid walking in the neighborhood after dark, and there's a widespread sense of insecurity even when using public transportation. Despite community efforts to revitalize the area, the persistent crime rates remain a challenge for West Adams. Wholesale District or Skid Row. Infamously known as Skid Row, the Wholesale District of Los Angeles is not only one of the city's most dangerous neighborhoods, but also one of the largest homeless communities in the United States. Home to an estimated 9,000 to 15,000 unhoused individuals, Skid Row is a neighborhood plagued by deep poverty, rampant drug abuse, and widespread crime. Crime in the area has surged, with a 59% increase since 2010. In 2013 alone, there were 13,122 reported crimes, including 2,698 assaults, 1,350 vehicle break-ins, and 2,453 incidents of theft. Much of the crime in Skid Row is tied to the drug trade, with pickpocketing, theft, and other petty crimes being common. However, there is also a dark undercurrent of more serious offenses, such as violent assaults, often occurring within the homeless population itself. Certain streets, such as San Pedro Street, are notorious for criminal activity. After 6 p.m., walking or cycling in the area is highly discouraged, as Skid Row becomes a breeding ground for gang and drug-related violence. The sheer scale of the homelessness crisis in Skid Row has created an overwhelming atmosphere where even routine commutes or visits feel unsafe for many residents and visitors. While the city has made efforts to address the issues in Skid Row, the persistent crime and lack of resources continue to make it one of Los Angeles' most troubled areas. Hollywood. Despite its global reputation as the heart of the entertainment industry, Hollywood also ranks among the more dangerous neighborhoods in Los Angeles. Known for its iconic landmarks like the Hollywood Walk of Fame and its ties to the film industry, Hollywood sees a significant amount of crime. With a population of over 90,000 residents, the neighborhood has a crime rate of 4,894 per 100,000 people, placing it 109% higher than the national average. Property crimes, such as theft and pickpocketing, are particularly rampant due to the heavy flow of tourists. While walking around Hollywood during the day is generally safe, it's important to be mindful of personal belongings, as crowded areas attract opportunistic criminals. However, nighttime is a different story. Wandering the streets after dark is discouraged due to an increase in incidents, making it wise to exercise caution in the evening hours despite the glitz and glamour. South Los Angeles. Previously known as South Central, South Los Angeles is infamous for its high crime rates and long-standing struggles with gang violence. The area's crime rate stands at 4,268 per 100,000 people, making it one of the most dangerous parts of LA. Although significant efforts have been made to reduce crime since the 1990s, the neighborhood still grapples with issues tied to drug trafficking, gun violence, and gang activity. Police efforts have made daytime walking somewhat safer, and public transportation is generally considered a viable option during the day. However, gang violence can escalate after dark, and it's advised to take serious precautions if walking at night. Although some areas of South LA are more dangerous than others, the overall crime rate means residents must stay vigilant regardless of the time of day. Compton. Once synonymous with gang violence and crime, Compton has seen some improvements over the years, though it remains a high-risk area. The neighborhood, with a population nearing 100,000, has a crime rate of 3,533 per 100,000 people, making it 51% higher than the national average. In the early 2000s, Compton was notorious for having the highest murder rate in the United States, but those numbers have dropped considerably in the last 2 decades. Unfortunately, since 2020, there has been a noticeable uptick in both violent crime and property crime, with gun violence and drug activity still present in the area. Compton has a strong police presence, but residents often feel that law enforcement struggles to keep up with the volume of criminal activity. While crime levels aren't as extreme as they once were, the challenges that Compton faces today still make it a dangerous place for both residents and visitors. Watts. Located in South Los Angeles, Watts is another neighborhood with a notorious past when it comes to crime. Its crime rate remains 50% higher than the national average, and with 3,514 incidents per 100,000 people, Watts continues to be one of the more dangerous places in the city. The odds of becoming a victim of crime here are 1 in 29, a sobering statistic for a neighborhood that has worked to improve its image in recent years. In 2023 alone, there were 1,574 violent crimes and 1,943 property crimes reported in Watts. Like Compton, Watts has experienced a decline in violent crime since the 1990s, but crime levels remain higher than the city's average. Walking alone at night, using public transit, or carrying large sums of money and valuables is strongly discouraged due to the risk of robbery and assault. Although there have been some improvements, Watts continues to face serious challenges related to crime, especially in its most vulnerable communities. Koreatown. With a bustling population of 72,523, Koreatown is a vibrant neighborhood known for its cultural diversity, lively nightlife, and rich history. However, it's also plagued by a notable crime rate. Koreatown's crime rate of 2,978 per 100,000 people makes it 32% more dangerous than the national average. The neighborhood faces ongoing issues tied to gang and drug activity, and related crimes like prostitution remain common, especially in the southern and eastern parts of Koreatown. Other frequent crimes in the area include robberies, assaults, and pickpocketing, with public transit being a hotspot for these incidents. It's strongly recommended to keep a close eye on belongings while traveling through the neighborhood. Walking around during the day is generally safer, but nighttime strolls are discouraged, particularly in areas like Hancock Park and Wilshire Center, which are considered higher risk zones. Fashion District. Known for its wholesale stores and bustling garment trade, the Fashion District is also one of Los Angeles' more dangerous areas. Despite its small population of 2,466 residents, the neighborhood's crime rate stands at 2,870 per 100,000 people, making it 28% higher than the national average. This translates to a 1 in 35 chance of becoming a victim of a crime. While walking or using public transportation during the day can be relatively safe as long as basic precautions are taken, the area's crime issues cannot be ignored. The district experiences frequent incidents of theft, robbery, and assault, so it's crucial to stay alert when visiting or passing through, especially after dark. North Hollywood. North Hollywood, or NoHo, with a population of 64,587, is another neighborhood struggling with crime. Though it's known for its proximity to Universal Studios and a burgeoning art scene, the area has a crime rate of 2,592 per 100,000 people, making it 10% higher than the national average. Gang and drug activity play a major role in the neighborhood's crime landscape, contributing to a variety of offenses. The majority of the crime in North Hollywood involves property crimes, which made up 81% of the total crime in 2023. Burglary, robbery, and assault are also common in certain parts of the neighborhood. However, during the day, areas around Magnolia Boulevard, Lankershim Boulevard, and near the 170 highway are generally considered safe, and taking public transit rarely presents issues. Los Angeles is a sprawling metropolis made up of many distinct neighborhoods, each with its own character and challenges. Although neighborhoods like Hollywood, Koreatown, and North Hollywood are still popular among tourists and residents alike, many of these areas face significant crime issues, particularly related to property crime, gang violence, and homelessness. Despite their relatively affordable rents compared to other parts of LA, these neighborhoods may not be the best choice for those prioritizing safety. Nevertheless, with proper precautions, many still navigate these areas daily while enjoying what the city has to offer.